Hi Virgo, welcome to your mid-April 2020 Tarot and Astrology reading. This applies to Sun, Moon and Rising in Virgo. We are now in Taurus season, a much more comfortable energy for you overall. Much more comfortable for all of us, of course. But there's a few things we need to get to. Five of Wands. Where is that? Where is that competitive energy? What's it coming from? Well, it's probably coming from Venus being in your career zone. It's possible that it's also Saturn in your work zone, your day-to-day routine. You really want to up your game. You really want to make something of this season. You're driven. You have a drive. But you're also kind of suspended at the minute from doing the things that you really want to do. Or making the things happen that you really want to happen. For a lot of you, there is someone else with a choice in their hands regarding you and you're awaiting a result. The new moon in Taurus on the 22nd of April, which is tomorrow as I'm filming this, is not getting along so well with Saturn in your work sector. So to have the new moon in Taurus in your quite a spiritual side, actually, a philosophical energy, kind of the type of energy that makes you think, and you love to think, and you love to make sense of things, and you love to organize your thoughts, and you love to consider new theories, and you love to get it down to the best detail and explain it in the best way that you can, firmly but fairly, making sense. The energy conflicting there is that in your day-to-day routine, it may be feeling a lot like nobody's listening to you anyway. Mercury is out of the woods of your partnership sector. Whew. It's now into Aries, in your arguably quite intimate 8th house, meaning that what you say with passion. You say it with drive, you say it with a bit more certainty than usual. But even if you feel like you're not quite getting through to people, and if you feel like nobody's listening to you, they are. 10 of Pentacles. A lot of people, contrary to what you think, are very interested in the way that you operate, in the way that you do things, in the way that you just know that more detailed, comprehensive, study-like perception of what it is that you do, regardless of what profession it is, what kind of area. I see Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising in a lot of areas. The key is to not let your perfectionism bind you to your own self-criticism. That's where you get lost. That is where you get lost. Queen of Cups. The water signs, the Scorpio, the Cancer, Pisces energy within your chart or around you really want to let you see where you are going wrong. And it's not that you're wrong about the external stuff, or the details. And if it's romantic, it's not that you're not being helpful. It's just that people want you to see your potential. They want you to see your value. They want you to see your potential. It's too many. They want you to see how much you can actually make of 2020, even if things seem very suspended at the minute. If you're feeling incredibly anxious and worried about a situation with a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, I think it might be time to rein in the verbal onslaughts, or if they have caused you a lot of pain, it might be time to let them go. if it's with a water sign. If it's your own emotional blind spots, they're really, really limiting you. The Queen of Cups, when she's in a negative position, when she's negatively influenced, she drinks too much, she parties too much. She can even, dare I say it, get very into spiritual ego traps where she thinks she knows best and she thinks she knows exactly what she's talking about, and she resents other people's ignorance on certain things. That's the Queen of Cups whenever she's in that position. And I think for a lot of you, the people in your life are just tired of seeing a Ten of Swords energy repeated in one area of your life. I think people want you to be in the Ten of Pentacles energy, where you feel very abundant, you feel very generous, you also feel very much like your needs are being met, like everything's being catered for. The Ten of Swords is where you feel like everything's just too much. And the people in your life want you to be happy. Devil. There is a negative cycle that is ending, and it is one of control, it is one of enslavement, it is one of unhappiness, all emotional, of course. And it is actually setting you up for much better success. Interesting. So the Devil in the World, you're breaking free of some kind of karmic pattern. Saturn has left Capricorn. And in the last couple of years, in particular the last 10 months, a lot of you might have had great disappointments. So great that you possibly developed a way of handling them that wasn't healthy, or a way of soothing yourself that was not healthy. Perhaps this is long-standing, perhaps this is 10 years rather than 10 months, but you've developed something that's just not working anymore. And I think if it is someone that you're dealing with who is a water sign, or someone in your life you're very emotionally attached to, they're telling you that enough is enough and you have to figure out a way to fix this. And then the World card is saying that you have it in hand. As you move into Taurus season, you start getting everything lined up. You start seeing where enough is enough. I'm not dealing with this energy anymore. If you have a particularly toxic person in your life or a toxic relationship, you're ready to change it. You've been in limbo too long. You see the taste of success. Something in your life starts going incredibly well, and if something else is feeling completely tipsy-topsy-turvy, you're starting to see that no, you don't need to deal with that anymore. You don't need to have that type of energy overshadowing the stuff that's good. And if you're dealing with a Capricorn and you want to cut things off yourself, give it a few days until the new moon has come and gone, and then see how you feel. The Sun conjunct Uranus on the 26th is going to be very liberating for you, because it's changing your ideology, and that's so important for you. To see things differently, to see what could be, and then you sit in your element, Queen of Pentacles. Then you feel content with who you are, and you feel very, very worthy of the things that are starting to blossom. And you know, Taurus season's all about that. Taurus season is all about nourishing the seeds that need to be nourished so that you can have something tangible at the end, something worth harvesting. And I think there's been too many distractions, unhealthy, and I think you're ready to make pretty good money, actually, out of all of this. Look at this for a hand. From distress to success. Distress to success. Anything that you can reap financially, or a talent that you can craft, you do it. There's been restrictions on you, I'm not going to lie. Saturn being in Capricorn has probably felt very restrictive. It will move back into Capricorn. Venus is going to retrograde in your career sector. It means it's going to actually intensify the energy. It doesn't necessarily mean everything's going to go wrong. I know you would prefer me to say, like, everything's going to go wrong and you can make this plan, that, whatever. It simply intensifies the energies. And in it, Venus in your 10th house is saying that, especially because it's an extended stay, it's going to be there until August. You have a very long time to make something really, really really big of yourself. To make something that for some of you is just very well known in your work area, your town, or even just your office. For a lot of you, it's global. It's the whole world as a stage, that kind of thing. The world is big energy, and it's bigger energy because we see the Seven of Pentacles, which is you putting in the hard work, honing your craft as you often do, and then the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, making such a big success of yourself. You're focusing on your money, and then money's offered to you too. Look at this. She's looking at her pentacle, and then there's a pentacle coming out behind her as well. Maybe multiple streams of income, but that's your goal for this year, is to get yourself in such a super successful spot. That Venus extended say is pretty blessed. Aside from Jupiter being in your 10th house, I can't think how this could, well, it's good. Okay, it's good. Just enjoy that. The things in your life that you're feeling quite rejecting of, the lying and the deceit. If there is anything in your life where someone's been shortchanging you or being deceitful or sneaky, they get their karma in April, May in a way that makes you feel a lot more better. It's like redemption for you. Just don't hold on to it, because holding on to anger is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Can't remember who said it. I've heard multiple sources. And if it's been someone who's been very, very deceitful, possibly law breaking, and it's caused you a lot of financial problems and anxiety, you're going to be feeling a lot better, and you come out the winner. Look at that. Hermit and the Nine of Cups. You come out the winner. Big, big, big success awaits you in 2020 if you would just get past this Ten of Swords devil energy that is chaining you. And it's all to do with the way that you are thinking. Taurus season's so perfect for you at this point because it changes your philosophy. Radically changes your philosophy. And when a Virgo has their philosophy radically changed, it feels like Ten of Swords, because you have to reorganize everything. You have to reorganize anything. For you guys that are becoming much more spiritual and much more into self-development and that kind of thing, it's going to feel very shaky to you. This might actually be your first horoscope or tarot reading or whatever it is. Like, if you could end up here by that strange set of circumstances, if this is your first, or you're in your first throes of spiritual awareness or feeling like there's something bigger beyond you, you're correct. And it's your first step to expansion, which is nice. Chivalry. Ah. For me, that speaks of old-fashioned. For those of you that are completely single and are looking for love, I think the old-fashioned way with the Ten of Pentacles up there is something worth waiting for. And I think if you're very unimpressed with the people around you, it's definitely worth waiting for. But with the Forgiveness card, it could be to do with easing up a little bit on someone who makes small mistakes rather than the big Ten of Swords energy. Don't make a Ten of Swords out of an Eight of Swords with somebody, especially a water sign, because they are very sensitive. Get you an oracle card, Virgo. Ooh. Okay, align your life. Very appropriate. Oh, and don't dim to fit in. I love it. How are you dimming your light to fit in? There's no more dimming in 2020, please. You're coming into your own. The World card is saying big time Virgo. Big time Virgo. Align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? Quite simply, Ten of Swords. Something needs to change. You figure it out in Taurus season, and it might make you feel a little bit out of alignment, as the card says, because you're having a spiritual shift, a spiritual change, a spiritual perspective. It's all good. Trust me. I can't wait to do Taurus season May readings with you, with the extendeds and everything, because there's so much to unpack. But I love you very, very much. Have a wonderful rest of April, and I will see you soon. Take care, Virgo. Bye.